Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your man, Will. I'm still working on videos to cover most of the South Side neighborhoods. And today we are on the South Side in the Bronzeville neighborhood. The Bronzeville neighborhood is a very historic neighborhood for African Americans. We have some famous people that came from Bronzeville, like Gwendolyn Brooks, Ida B. Wells, playwright Richard, what's his name? Richard Wright? Yeah, Richard Wright. A lot of people came from the Bronzeville neighborhood, and the Bronzeville neighborhood was like one of the first neighborhoods that African Americans could live in back in the 20s, well, really the early days during the Great Migration from the South. So I'm just gonna walk around today, peep out some scenes over here, and yeah, take a walk with me, y'all. Please hit that like and subscribe button. It's your man, Will. Peace. Over here off of 31st and Dr. King Drive, you have Dunbar Vocational Career Academy. Dunbar is the home high school of the basketball star Regis 6'9" Pearl. He went to this high school, and many others went to Dunbar High School. But Regis Pearl was my cousin. He was a basketball star that graduated from Dunbar. Also in this area, right across the street from Dunbar, you have these high-rise buildings, Lake Meadows apartments, and then also Prairie Shore. These buildings have been here for years. Bronzeville Walk of Fame, Joe Louis, the Brown Bomber. Prairie Shores, Prairie Shore. We always say Prairie Shores, it's Prairie Shore Apartments. The Bronzeville neighborhood, the proximity of the neighborhood is like from the Dan Ryan Expressway going east from like 31st Street, then they kind of do like a turn, but really it's from like 31st Street all the way to 51st and all the way like to the lake. So basically from the Dan Ryan 31st to 51st, like a rectangle. I think I want to show a map when I do the edit. But this is the Prairie Shores apartments. I had a couple of family members and friends that lived in here before. It's always been real quiet and chill over here. This huge parking lot. I don't know why they built this huge parking lot right here, but back over there, and I'm gonna get a closer shot, that used to be the Reese Hospital. Reese Hospital closed a long time ago. It was in discussions a few times for people to redevelop this building. I think they either wanted to make it like condos or another housing project or something like that. But when I was a kid, Reese Hospital was one of the area hospitals that I went to when I got hurt or got sick or something like that. I want to get a closer shot. Dang, I wanted to get closer, but they got it all fenced off, so I can't even walk back there. But that's the old Reese Hospital. I see some construction trucks and stuff back here. Maybe they doing something, but they got it all fenced off, so maybe they're about to start some type of project. If you all know of anything, leave a comment, let me know. It's a nice day today. Finally, it's an 80-degree day in Chicago. Hope everybody is outside enjoying this warm weather finally. It's been a minute, man. This winter has been brutal, long, so hope y'all can get out this week and enjoy this warm weather, finally. This Baptist church looks like it's about 100 years old. The Olivet Baptist Church, it's huge. I remember when they built these, I think it was like late 80s, early 90s, I want to say. And back in the 80s and the 70s, they used to call this area over here Bronzeville / the low end. And it used to look totally different. But over here is the Lake Meadows apartments. I already did the Prairie Shore, but these are Lake Meadows. All right, here go another Walk of Fame. Ferdinand Jelly Roll Morton, jazz composer, pianist. 1885, he died 1941. Jelly Roll. I wonder how many of these is around here, man. I only seen 3. They must be just sprinkled throughout the whole neighborhood, but I'm gonna try to keep finding them. This neighborhood is known for Greystone houses and apartment buildings. I think the rent range from like $1,500 and up. And then some of these Greystone houses are worth millions. And a lot of them are being passed down through families because they're so expensive. And if you're able to get your hands on one and remodel one, it's a good investment. But these Greystones last forever. All you have to do is tuck point them, gut out the inside, and this building will last another time. Look at this one. This one looks like it's vacant. I wonder how much they want for this one. Look at this red brick. It's beautiful. It's right on the south side. A lot of professionals live in these houses and buildings because of the price to live here. Look at that door on that building. Look like the original. Yeah. All right, have a good day, sir. We'll walk this whole block for the people that do not live in Chicago, possibly never seen these houses on the south side. And we are still on Dr. King Drive. It's real nice. I used to have a buddy who used to live in one of these. He lived in a basement apartment. I'd love to get my hands on one of these. Put this one on the corner. That brickwork. That's dope. Look at that. I wonder if I think it's empty. I wonder who used to live in this building. Gee whiz, it's huge too. I'm gonna go around the side. I think this boy is vacant. Wow. It's old buildings, man. All right, let me cross over. Now this vacant lot right here, all the way from Dr. King Drive, all the way over to, I want to say close to Cottage Grove Avenue, used to be the Ida B. Wells housing project, or housing. And they have a monument right here. Ida B. Wells stood from 1941. They tore them down, or they closed them in 2002. Say you stayed in Ida B. Wells from you was 5 years old, yes, to you was 18?
Yes.
And then did you go to the service then?
My mother said, when I graduated from Dunbar, she's gonna do one of two things. You ain't going to college, because I ain't got no money, but you gonna go to work, or you go to the military.
Yep, that's what my dad did. My dad went straight to Vietnam.
So I went in the Marine Corps. But I missed Vietnam. So I was on the East Coast.
Okay.
I stayed on the East Coast, went overseas. I stayed on the East Coast about 2.5 years. And right when I was about 8 months before I got out, I got transferred.
Wow. Where did you go from there?
Pacific Fleet. Okinawa.
Oh, Japan.
From Okinawa, I went down to Subic Bay. I stayed in Subic Bay for about 3 months, and then they sent me home.
Wow.
They had the money to spend like that for us, because they, wherever they needed you, they just sent your ass.
Right.
But I was fortunate. I spent 4.5 years in the military, man. Didn't get scratched.
Yeah.
So I'm fortunate.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it's totally different now.
Yeah.
Totally different.
Because when I left, when I came back, the brothers on the block was doing the same thing. When I left 4.5 years ago, I said, no, I can't do that. No, I got to grow. So I had to go.
Wow.
So it's an interesting life, man. I don't regret none of it. I traveled the world 2 times. Went to West Africa, stayed in Israel for a while.
Oh, nice.
Okay. So I'm well versed in some of the cultures in the world. I took a Mediterranean cruise, went to Morocco, Spain, all that. Europe, France. Took the train from France to England. And,
oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
See,
all coming from Ida B. Wells projects.
Okay.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Man, that was totally unexpected. That was so dope to chop it up with one of our older brothers, Brother Malachi. He said he was raised in Ida B. Wells from 5 years old to 18, and then he enlisted into the Marines. But this used to be the Ida B. Wells housing project. I don't know if you all was able to hear the audio, but he said it used to be beautiful. He said it used to have rec rooms, clean, like the parks. He said it used to be grass here. It used to be a real nice place to live in the early 60s. I guess early 60s. No, he said he was born in 43, and he said he was 5 years old, so it was like in the 40s. So that's how a lot of the housing projects used to be in Chicago. They were for families to move in, and families actually lived there until they was able to get financially stable, and then they moved out. You know, that's what people used to do. But then the Chicago Housing Authority changed that, and the people's mentalities changed, and then they end up living in these housing projects for generations. It went from one generation to the next generation, decade after decade of families living in housing projects. And it got to a point where the crime and the building maintenance fell, and people couldn't live there no more, so they had to tear them down. But I remember coming to the Ida B. Wells projects in high school. It used to be gang bang, whoo! The GDs used to be up in this boy like crazy. You couldn't walk past this building with a hat on. If your hat was on, if it wasn't turned to the right, you had to take your hat off. And people in Chicago can relate to that. Like, gangbanging in Chicago was so serious in the 80s and the 90s. And if you was a young man, you used to have to really pay attention and be on your square when you walked around this neighborhood over here, as they used to call the low end, Bronzeville area. So even me walking right now feels weird that I'm 48. But back in the day, I couldn't walk around here with no camera and videotaping and talking to people. It was a different type of environment. So if Bronzeville is coming up in that sense, that's good. But I'm gonna go over here and capture some more of these Greystones and keep walking. This is gonna be a long video, y'all, so I hope y'all tune in to the end. It's a lot of history. I hope I'm able to talk to someone else while I'm out here, but talking to Brother Malachi, I appreciate his conversation and his history. And I was kind of upset the video cut off a little bit when we was talking, but hopefully I got some good footage for you all to see. Okay, y'all, let's keep walking. But once again, it's the Ida B. Wells Monument. Leave a comment if you lived in the Ida B. Wells, or if you knew someone that lived in the Ida B. Wells. I've seen this forever, but I never walked up on this statue. Let me see if it got some words up here. Look like it's tied to World War I based off the guy's uniform. Yeah, some words. Yeah, it's a memorial that was erected in 1927. The heroes of the 8th Infantry in World War I. MJR Robert H. Lawrence Jr. from 1935 to 1967. First black astronaut from Bronzeville, y'all. The first black astronaut. I just learned something today. Oh, it's a nice mural here. Malcolm X, Mandela, Dr. Feeney. Now we're down here on 39th Street. This is where Chicago, home of chicken and waffle, is. You want to come get some chicken and waffles. It's pretty good. I've been in there a few times. Little sandwich house. They're closed on Mondays. All right, this is the Mariano's. I have to peep this artwork up here. It's dope. How you doing? Yeah, it is. This mural is by Dorian Selvin. Go ahead, sister. This is dope. Oh, it's even a wall over here. S. Rosen's, it's a Chicago company. They supply most of the city with bread. Restaurants too. This mural here. Okay. Nice. Let me not get hit by a car. They built these townhouses some years ago. Still look nice. It's right off the Green Line too. This apartment building. Man, there has been some development down here though, man. It used to be rough coming through here, man. It was nothing but disparity. So I can see some investment coming in, people buying up these buildings and flipping them. And this is a brand new building right off the Green Line. The retail space is vacant though, so they need some stores down here, some business. I wonder how much they charge a month, probably about $3,000. That's probably why it's vacant. This old church. The Forum. It's a historic place, one of Bronzeville's oldest social halls. It's a solid building. spaces are open. Look like they're working on it. The Forum Cafe. Okay. Right off the Green Line, 43rd Street. It's another new building on that side. Okay, 43rd Street got some development.
Attention customers.
Nice. It's quiet over here too. The Forum. Guess if you are looking for a storefront in the Bronzeville neighborhood, this building right here has some available. It's 43rd Street. It's a lot of vacant lots for sale. One of the Sip and Savior locations is over here. Give me something to eat. Nat King Cole. Nice. I like how they have photos and murals of African American people that were once in this neighborhood. It's Gwendolyn Brooks. There's one store that's been here forever. It's One Stop. They've been here since like 1929. One Stop. I used to hang out down here on 43rd in Berkeley. And they did not have this nice walkway right here that takes you to the Lakefront. It used to be like some more buildings like this. Housing. Then they built this walkway. Let's walk it. Takes you all the way over across Lakeshore Drive to the lakefront, to the park. You can overview the neighborhood. Yeah, they're rebuilding all of these houses, man. It's crazy. These houses were like so expensive to buy, but people got the money to buy them and they flipping them. So Bronzeville, from that standpoint, it is being developed. From a real estate aspect, from a housing standpoint, it seems like it's a lot of housing being built and redeveloped for people to buy or to rent. And I kind of knew something was on the horizon when they built this paveway walkway over to the lake. And you can always tell when it's a project on the way. And these projects it's never like overnight. It'd be like years in the making and years in progress to get it going. But you can tell when they do something major like this walkway, I knew something else was coming to 43rd Street and the Bronzeville neighborhood. Now, this used to be a Walmart location right here on 47th and 47th and Cottage Grove. It used to be really busy because it was one of the few grocery stores in the area, but it closed a couple of years ago, I think around COVID. And it's unfortunate because this area really needed a grocery store. And it used to be a Save-A-Lot across the street, but they closed that. But it's unfortunate that this Walmart closed because it was offering some groceries to this neighborhood. But now we're going to see if someone comes in and reopen it. I wish I had the money. I would love to own a grocery store. So, yep. Wow. This building is massive. Northwestern Medicine. They just built this new building over here. It's a medical center. Take up the whole block too. We're like on 47th and Cottage Grove. One thing about healthcare, they got all the money. Redid the street, everything. But this building right here, Hales Franciscan. I think they changed the name of it now. I don't think it's Hales Franciscan anymore, but I had a lot of buddies that graduated from this building. It's called something else now. Leadership Academy, ITAV Leadership Academy from K to 8. So yes, it's been changed, but this used to be Hales Franciscan. They used to have parties up in here when we was teenagers, man, at night. Hales Franciscan used to have parties. All of the Catholic high schools used to have parties for fundraiser. Cathedral, we used to come up here and party on the weekends. And then my friends attended this school. I think red and white used to be their colors. And it's crazy. It's changed. All the Catholic high schools closed, I guess due to enrollment and stuff. So the city took them over and turned to charter schools as well. So this is the old Hales Franciscan, which is something else now. So it's crazy. It's gonna look nice when they done. It's the Green Line, 47th Street stop. Got the Lotez man over there. Okay. Pookie crack cakes. I want to try one. That's a creative name for a store, but I hear the cakes are good. Now we on 47th and Michigan. That building over there, it was abandoned for a few decades, but then maybe like mid 2000s, they started a project to renovate it. We used to call this building the Carter, like Nino Brown, because back in the 90s, man, everything used to go on up in this building, like all type of crime and everything. You know, it was low income, but then now they have renovated it. They've added another sip and savor location, coffee shop, which is a small business, locally owned business. They added a location in here. And then it's an ice cream shop on the other side. All in Bronzeville. Oh, it's even a landmark now. Rosenwald Court Apartments. It was built by a Jewish dude back in 1920s. 1920s, boy, they were really developing Chicago. 100 years later, this is where we at. Ice cream shop, like they closed too. It's the first warm day and the ice cream shop is closed. Sean Michelle's homemade ice cream. Well, y'all, I just showed you all the Bronzeville neighborhood, man. It's a lot going on, a lot of development, a lot of housing projects. And from the looks of them doing construction on the sidewalks and train stations and all of that, it must be on an up and coming, like everybody has been saying for the past 20 years. So finally, we're starting to see some real development over here in Bronzeville again. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and then I'll see you all on the next video. Peace.